Hello everyone, my name is Susan Shrest. I'm here to demonstrate a hospital management system project that I have recently written. I'll go through all these order codes line by line thoroughly. First of all, our code begins with main function, which is being called out here. These are all the initials values that I have given, which will be used in our code. The discharge patients are kept in empty so that it would be used while adding later. First of all, admin.login is being called out here. As you can see, first, as soon as the code begins, it displays and asks admin about their username and password. If the password is correct, it goes, or else if it's wrong, it asks again. Then after that, if the admin password is correct, first of all the welcome message will be displayed, and this all those options will be shown. And first then after that mm, then after that it asks admin to choose options among here. If the user inputs 1, doctor management this function doctor management function will be called here. In our function, it first displays all the possible options and asks users to choose one of them. If user enters 0 as an input, it simply goes back to uh, initial initial code, which is this one. But instead of 0, uh, admin if admin enters 1 as an input, it asks admin to register a doctor. First of all, it displays this message to enter a doctor's detail and asks admin to enter a first name, surname, and specification after doctor. If the doctor exists in our code, admin, which is over here, then it return then it returns the value name already exists, or else the value will be stored, which is as you can see, which is being appended over here. And instead of 1, if admin chooses the option 2, which is to list the doctor, you can view the doctor. As you can see in this code, in your if the value is not none, that means if there are values, it will simply displays those values. But there if there are no values, it will return this value, empty or invalid item, as an output. Okay, going through our code. Where were we? Yeah, doctor management. Similarly, if the admin chooses 3 as an input, which is to update the doctor's detail, first of all it will show doctor's ID and all, which was previously shown in number 2 as well. Then asks admin if he or she wishes to continue to update the code. If not, then simply it will go to the previous code of our main function, or else it will continue and asks user to enter an ID, which is shown in which will be shown before this statement. And if the ID given is true, that means it exists, it will show these all following options. It asks if whether the admin wants to go back or change the first name, surname, or specialty, and admin needs to choose options through it. Similar to that of previous, if the admin chooses 0, it simply goes back, but if he chooses 1, it simply asks the first name and uh, it simply asks first name and replaces the first name which was given. Doctors, one sec, set first name which is being the okay. This is before going through our that previous code, I would like to show this common class which is being inherited by all the other classes, like for example patient doctor and patient, etc. Well, and this common classes is used to this common classes is very helpful as it provides full name, first name, uh, first name, or to set a first name, give to get a surname, or simply to set a surname. These datas hmm, hmm. These datas are also being inherited over here, as you can see in this code. You can simply ignore this as I tried a few codes in GUI. And similarly in doctor, over here you can see this code is simply being inherited from common class, first name and surname. Okay, back to our code. mm-hmm. Where were we? mm-hmm. Back to our code, which is to set first name. As you can see, I have already shown you in common class, where the common code is being where common code set first name. Yeah, you can see simply the new first name is replaces the old one, which is being secured over here. mm-hmm. Simply the doctor's first name replaces the old one over here. Okay, similar to first name, our surname is also being changed over here, and it simply asks the surname to the user and it replaces the one that it usually have. And similar to that, specs, which is a specialty, also, you know, the it also replaces the one that it currently have, like that. And if user uses other input, then it simply returns invalid options. But similar to that, if user also enter the index or any other thing which does not exist over here, it returns doctor's info. Aside from that, uh, there are also value errors. In order to check whether the IDs is correct or incorrect, as you can see, I have used here try and accept code. and invalid options. And if the users in the initial value uses 4 as an input over here, as you can see, remove doctor. If the user inputs 4 over there, mhm, then it simply first of all shows the value, all the uh, ID, full name and specialty of the doctor, then asks user to enter the ID. If the ID is not found, it simply prints doctor not found, and if it's found, then it prints, are you sure you want to delete doctor this. It simply gives the full name, which I have shown you in command.py. Full name. It provides doctor doctor. It simply provides the one of a particular index, and if the confirmation is yes, then it simply deletes the doctor and prints doctor deleted successfully. If if the admin presses any other button aside from yes, it prints deletion cancel. Now these are the doctor management code that I have written. Okay, now let's go back to where, now to number 2, where we can view patient, or discard a patient, or view discard patients. First of all, uh, it shows in this initial code when we are here, it shows this option if the user presses 1, I've already discussed that one. And if the user presses 2, then it asks user, wait, then it shows user these values and asks user to choose an option. If the option is 1, it simply views the patient and these datas, as you can see, ID, patient name, assigned doctor, age, phone number and postcode. It shows these datas over here. Then if the admin chooses 2, it asks whether or not he or she wants to discard a patient or not. If yes or why, it simply shows the data of admin. It simply shows the data of patients and asks user to enter ID of that patients. As I previously said, first of all, it asks user the ID, which is being checked over here, and if it's outside the ID, it simply states the ID enter is incorrect, or else it runs this code where it's simply is being first of all, it simply is being popped out and being appended. It's being popped out from a patient and it's being appended in discard patient, the list that I have previously shown, yeah, that one. And it prints the message, patient discard patient dot full name. The full name of that patient has been discarded. After that, if the user if the admin presses a 3, then it shows the discarded patient's detail. If there are no discarded patients, it simply shows no patients has been discarded, or else if the patients that have already been discarded before, it simply shows its details. Or else aside from that, if admin chooses other options over here aside from 1, 0, 1, 2 or 3, it simply shows invalid options. It shows invalid option. Now let's get back to this code. Assign or relocate doctors to a patient. Well, I have simply called this function here, assign doctor to a patient. Mm, assign doctor to a patient. Here it is. In this code, first of all, we can see all the patient's data and asks user to enter a patient data. Similar to the previous code, if inside the code, this code will be run, or else it shows a value error. If the patient is within the ID, uh, it checks if it's in range or not. If it's not, this message will be shown. And after that, it simply asks doctor's ID. First of all, this patient's ID, which is being used over here, are being used over here. It prints patient symptoms. This patient symptoms is being described over here. Patient symptoms. It simply prints the symptoms over here. Get symptoms. It simply prints the symptoms like the previous one. Oh, that's the symptom family. Okay, and after that it asks wait. It asks to select a doctor that fits these symptoms, and it prints the symptoms of the patients, and here are the list. In this code, this simply is this code simply tries to show ID, full name, and specialty of the doctor. It looks complicated, but it's not. It's simply giving full name, and this is index, and this is to get specialty, which is being described. And here trainer function is being used, where doctor index, where uh, the selected patients is being called out, is being the patients that we give, the index that we kept is being called out as selected patient, and the doctor which was being used is being called out as selected doctor, and they are connected by add appointments, in which uh, they are simply connected to one another. Add appointments, where have I written? Patients, doctor, add patients, add appointments. See, it's you can see it's simply being appended. It looks kind of difficult, but it's nothing like that. They are also being linked through this, and the patients are being added. The patient is being added. After that, where were we? After that, if the admin uses 4 as an input, it simply updates the admin details. We can see here admin details include username, password, and address. It shows 3 options whether or not they want to change username, password, or address. The option is given here, and they can choose, admin can choose whatever they want, 1, 2, or 3. Aside from that, it simply prints invalid options, and they can simply change the password. After that, and 5, if in 5 number, what was in the 5 number, let's just minimize this. In the 5 number, it shows patient family. Yeah, the one that I previously shown. It firstly prints the surnames and comma, then it shows, and this get family function is used to connect those of similar surnames. As you can see, patient dot get family and self dot get surname, I mean surname here. If they are similar, it's they are just appended in family list. Okay. They are simply appended in family list here, which is being used to show this output. And in number 6, it says a few doctor assigned to a patient. Oh, that one. Do you remember that last time I showed few patients? One sec. Okay. Doctors few assigned patients. 6 number. In here, first of all, it simply shows the data of a doctor, but in additionally, it simply shows the data after doctor. As you can see here, all those datas of a doctor, index and order remaining. I'll show these all datas in output later. In this line it simply shows data. And now in number 7, if they choose 7, and this is a general management report where it simply shows a total number of doctors, a total number of patients per doctors, and total number of patients based on illness. For example, if someone is sick because of cough and cold, like that, or depression or something. In your number of appointments per month is also being shown. In number 1, as I told you, it simply prints the length of the doctor. That means how many doctors are there. And in number 2, it simply shows the ratio between them. And in number 3, you can see here symptoms. Here get symptoms is being used in order to get the symptoms of the patients, and these symptoms are being used to count symptoms count. Okay, if there is one similar symptoms, then it simply adds that one. And if this is number 4, that simply prints the doctor's full name and appointments, all the doctor's appointments over here, or else it shows wrong command. And if if the admin chooses number 8, it simply saves the file. In this code, it's file handling, and it simply saves the data to save that file. That means all the data of patients that we have uploaded in this file are being saved. Similar to that for doctor as well, and admin. If we change the admin's username and password, you remember, right, the previous one, that one, it will be saved in your txt file later on. And after saving all those data, it simply exit and display exiting the system. Okay, now let's demonstrate this program. Okay, let us begin our code here. See over here, admin.login. It simply asks its username, which is admin, and password you can share. But if we write any other, it simply shows incorrect username or password. So we can simply log in like this. In number 1, it's register doctor, view doctor, update doctor, or delete doctor. First of all, let me show you view doctors. You can see here ID, full name, specialty, and patients. This patient simply shows the connections as well. You can see there are only three doctors over here. You can simply add them by registering doctors. Let's write Johnny. Depth, specification, heart. You can view Johnny Depp, heart, patients, no patients. Or if you want to edit the doctors, you can simply press 3, wait for continue. Okay, let me change first name of this one, John. Let's keep it like star. You can see Star Smith. Wait for continue. Let me change the John Smith surname. Let's put Henry. See, John Henry. Do you wish to continue? I guess, yeah, we still have specialty to change, right? So why? Let's change the ID 1. And in specialty, let's put heart. See, and N for no. It simply goes back. So we restart the doctor, view the doctor, edit the doctor. Now it's time to remove one. Okay, to remove foe, it's simply first of all shows the all the doctors. And if you want to remove for example fourth one, it first of all asks you whether or not you want to delete it or not. If yes, it states the doctor is deleted successfully, and you can see here, see, it's totally gone. After that, 0 to go back. We have completed 1 and 2. Now it's to assign or relocate the doctor to a patient. 3. It shows the patient, whether or not the patient's doctor. Well, currently none of them are here. Its age, phone number, and postal code. Let's write 1. And Here now it currently shows the currently available doctors. Here it shows the Sarah symptoms is depression. Unfortunately, we don't have particular tricks. Okay then. Sarah wants to assign to John Henry. It displays the message the patient Sarah is now assigned to John Henry and asks again to show these options. You can also relocate it simply by oh, I guess I need to hurry. You can simply relocate it. One. First of all, we did this. Now let's try one. The patient Sarah is now assigned to Dr. Smith. Okay. After this, update admin details. Phone number, username. It simply asks to write the username. Let's write admit. It doesn't seems like, but when we save it, these the admin details will be changed over here. Similar to that, we can also change its password. Let me put it test again, and similar to that, add results. Address, you can put a new address, like let's put UK. UK. Now we did up to number 4. Now patient family. For patient family, you can simply look at the list. Sarah Smith, David Smith in Smith family, Tara Carlos in Carlos family, Mike Jones in John family. Yeah, that's it. Okay, and number 6, viewer assigned patient. It's similar to the previous one, where we can see doctor's name, its specific specialty, and the patients, like that. Now for number 7, here we can see total number of doctors, patients per doctors, and patients based on illness, and number of appointments. Let's go to total number of doctors. You can see here pie chart as well that I have created. You can see there are each patient, one each, so 1 and let's go again. 7. Total number of patients per doctors. You can see here graph John Henry, Star Smith, number of patients. Unfortunately, there are no patients assigned to John Carlos, and 7. 3. Number of patients based on illness. These are your all value goes to depression, cause I've initially put a depression as value for everyone, and 7. 4th here is the last one. number of doctors per appointments. You can see Star, Star Smith has one appointment, John Henry has one appointment. Unfortunately, John Carlos has no appointment. And after saving, that's number 8. You can see here txt files. We just saved admin, test, and UK. Here are the doctors, and here are the patients. Well, that's all for today. Thank you for listening.